tell us who you are, what you do, and what you drive.
Okay, sure thing. Name's Brandon Merrifield. I am a software certification analyst, which basically means I'm a computer nerd, and I play car guy the rest of the time. Drive a couple of Camaros here. We got a 1999 convertible Catfish auto, and then we've got a 2010 fifth gen manual LS3 car that's a little rowdier.
So why Camaros? There's a Yukon behind us, and there's a Honda next to us, and both the Camaros are in the garage.
The world is telling me I should own Camaros. And I'll tell you this right
Elaborate,
now.
please.
Okay. So, 2007, I inherited a 94 Z28 automatic. So I had a fourth gen already, owned it for 5 years. OptiSpark issues, stuff like that. I just decided my ex-wife wanted to buy a house. We were looking for ways to make money. I ended up selling it. Do regret that. Do regret not having it anymore. Um, then in 2020, I actually had a 5-speed Mustang, and
Okay.
I had a driver run a light and T-bone accident totaled the car. And so at the time, I wasn't thinking drag race or anything like that. I was like, I'm looking for something that can corner, something that can got an IRS in it, and I'm actually a huge fan of road course racing and stuff like that. And this Camaro popped up. It had just been traded in, and I went to look at it and I bought it that day.
Wow. So no plans to. You weren't like, I'm gonna get an LS,
No,
build it. You were
nope.
just like, I want something that corners, handles, and this thing just kind of fell in your
It
lap.
just kind of felt like it was rough enough to where it was cheap enough. You know, decent low mileage. The dealership gave it to me for 15 G's.
Okay, that's not bad. And how many
Yeah,
years have you owned it?
6 years now.
That's a good. Wow. You're looking, 20 now for a good for or fifth gen 5 speed LS car.
Specifically the manuals. You can get the autos all day. It seems like
Yeah, the
it's
six
it's
speeds
it's
are
the
up there.
Camaros and the Corvettes. The manuals, they made fewer. I have some regrets on the manual now that I kind of went a different direction with it.
Yeah.
But manual drag racing is a hell of a lot of fun. So I will say,
Yeah, especially driving around. But good news, you have an automatic sitting
we
next to
do
it.
have an automatic
So
now. Yeah,
any plans you have for an auto, you got
yeah,
a perfect car for
absolutely.
it.
Yeah. So
What's your wife think of the Camaro? What'd she think when you first brought it home to now?
Um, honestly, she was a big fan. She was actually with me. She was my girlfriend at the time when we test drove the silver car. She kind of talked me into buying it. She was into it. She thought it was a great car. Um, it like I said, it was not bone stock, but it was pretty stock. They'd pulled all the mods off of it. It was lowered, which helped a little bit. You got that stance.
Yeah, it looks better.
She's sitting down on some. It had some Ibach springs on it at the time. Um, like I said, the price and everything just kind of hooked me in there.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, being a dad, I got a daughter, and I was like, oh, I need something with the back seat, so I can't go buy a Corvette. Cut to today, like 99.5% of the time I drive that car by myself. Should have bought a Corvette. Should
Yep.
have bought a Corvette.
That's how it goes. Yes. Everyone makes that mistake. Like, I
Yeah.
need a dad car. And then they end up never using it for
Uh,
a dad car. They end up getting a daily.
I've always been a secondary car person.
Have to.
When I was 16, um, my dad bought me my first car, 2,600 bucks. Bought me an Oldsmobile Cutlass. I actually wish I still had that car because Cutlass is
What
so.
year?
It was 87.
Oh, okay. That was a
Yeah,
good year.
big
That was a
body,
good
good
year.
looking car. Brougham had the big plush like velour interior in it. Oh
Yes.
man, big pimping back in the day. But I immediately wanted something I could hot rod, and so I bought a '75 Valiant. Like went behind his back to his mom and borrowed money from her, and went and got a job to pay her back. And that was my secondary car. That was we're gonna hot rod this car, and we got the Cutlass. Now I was an idiot teenager, so I ruined that car. But
Yes. I
that's
understand
what
that.
you do.
What ended up happening to it? Did you hot rod it?
I
You welded in it?
actually, so I had it scuffed down and torn down for paint,
Mm-hmm.
and decided I was going to move across the country and couldn't take it with me.
Oh,
And so
man.
I sold it to one of my friends from high school. He ended up, it had a 318 in it that was kind of modded. He tried to trade the 318 for a 360 block, and the block ended up cracked. So he just tried to wash himself from it.
Yeah.
Last I heard, somebody put a crate motor in it. It was a pretty nice car.
Wow.
So I think it eventually ended up where it was meant to be. But yeah, that's the one that got away. I kind of still like darts and Valiants. You know, they're just cool little square cars.
Especially the older ones have a very timeless design. You
Yeah,
can't beat
yeah.
it. Mustang, there was a few years they were kind of Camaro too, depending on who you ask. Some people don't like the IROC. Some people don't like the catfish look. Um,
Yeah, I think the catfish gets a bad rap, man. They're light. They made
yeah,
decent power from the factory, and it's an LS based car. You can do so much with it, and I think these are catching on, especially the hard tops. Is
they
like
definitely are.
it's the alternative to the Fox body. People are tired of seeing Fox bodies in the
Mm-hmm.
drag strip. Want to see something a little different, and it's Fox bodies, fortune Camaros. I
Yep.
mean, that's pretty much what you're getting these days.
Yeah, they're
So,
all. Sorry, we had to readjust. My phone overheated outside. It is hot today.
mm.
I am sweating. So we
I'm
moved
fat, so
inside.
I'm always sweating. So
Dude,
that's
I'm
all good.
telling you, I'm pouring over here. I was like, phew. All right.
Definitely.
So we missed the whole story on the
I'm
Z28.
gonna give it a rundown real quick
Give them
here.
the recap real
Yeah.
quick.
So the Red Z28. So I'm the fourth owner. The first owner bought the car, traded it in like '01, so it was 2 years old. And then a guy that I met in '03, that I worked with and became friends with, actually bought the car in '01, and it was like a secondary vehicle for him. He had oh my god, he had like old school front wheel drive '90 Chevy that was like his shit box. That was like his going to work car.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like that era of like, it wasn't a Chevy Lumina, but it was kind of in that realm. God, I wish I could place that car, but that one's not important. Like I said, this was like his, like, oh man, I got a date night, or I'm gonna go out on the
Yeah.
town car. That was his nice car, and he held on to it until 2008. And like I said, when we were roommates, I remember one time I was like, "Hey man, you want me? That thing's looking rough. You want me to clean it up for you?" And so like I polished the wheels on it. It had different wheels on it at the time. It was just the factory chromes, and I ended up polishing up the wheels, putting a coat of wax on it for him. He was like a car guy in the way of like, I like a nice looking car, but he was not like a I'm gonna take care of my car kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I was the opposite. I'm living with him, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, that's a I need to do something.
It was hurting.
It was hurting. And so one day I just went out there and polished the old car up for him and got it looking nice and clean. And then in 2008, in December, he takes this thing and he trades it in, and he gets like a Dodge, like a Charger or something like that. And this thing pops up on a Dodge lot. My dad is sitting there one morning, just chilling, watching local television. Sees this thing pop up on a commercial for like, here's our new local inventory, and so he goes down there immediately. I think he pulled this thing for like $6,800. Like, it was low. The price was low, and it had 67,000 miles on it at the time. So like decent low mileage car. He calls me up. I had no idea he was going to buy this car. He just calls me out of the blue. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's February, and I'm sitting there. My ex-wife was a Steelers fan. She was from Pittsburgh, so Steelers are in Super Bowl. They're playing the Cardinals, and we're like getting ready. We're gearing up for like big Super Bowl party, and I'm probably preparing snacks while having a beer or two. He calls me. He says, "I need you to come drive this car home that I bought." And I'm like, "What'd you buy?" And he's like, "Just come drive it home." So my ex-wife drives me down to the Dodge dealer on Kingston Pike. I show up, and as soon as I see the car, I'm like, "I know this car. I know this car 100%. Like, it's missing the front ground effects. It's got this problem. It's got that problem, because I've got that I've got that issue in my head where I see every imperfection on every car that I deal with, because it's not that there's nothing wrong with that car, there's something wrong with me. I've got the car autism, as they say now.
Cartism,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, 100%. I'm like, I can tell you everything that's wrong with these cars in the background right now. It's like, oh well, they touched the paint up, but they used the wrong color, and I can see
Hmm.
the difference in the shade. It's that kind of thing. So I show up, I know the car immediately, so I hop in this car to drive it back for him, and it's February, but it's a warm day. And so he leaves in his vehicle. I can't even remember what he was driving at the time. And I'm like, well, shit, I've never driven this car before. I'm gonna put the top down. I had never driven a convertible in my life. I was like 20, probably 24 at the time, 25. Um, and so I took the time to put the top down. And in that time, somebody had like gone to the exit to leave. So I go pull in behind these people, and I'm waiting for them to pull out on a Kingston Pike over here. And the traffic was so heavy that they decided they were going to try to go to a different exit. They didn't think to check behind them.
Oh
So they go to
no.
back this car up, and I see the reverse lights come on, and I'm sitting behind them, and I'm like, oh, you're not gonna, you want me to move? And then they just start coming back. And I start mashing the center of the steering wheel. Just beating the hell out of the airbag, apparently, because the horn buttons are on the sides. And they end up backing into the corner of the front bumper. And I'm going to cut back to the part where we were going to have a Super Bowl party. I might have had a couple of beers that morning. It was 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Um, it was 5 o'clock somewhere. And so all that's going through my head is like, oh my God, don't call the police. I don't want them to like, have you been drinking already? No, no, I have not. But they got out. They had literally just bought the car they were in. We had just bought this one. I looked at it. It's like a smidge on the side of the front bumper, and the transfer, I was like, I can buff that out. And I looked at the person and I was like, what's your fault? But I can buff that out. Are you okay? And they're like, they left. I was good.
Perfect. Yeah, they just bought it. They might not even have insurance
Yeah.
on it yet or anything.
Yeah. And I think you had asked me before, what is it with Camaros? They just fall in my lap. They just end up here. So, I mean, I bought that one. I bought that one. That one was earned, but um,
Now, what'd
this
you
one.
have before that one?
So, prior to this 2020, um, 5-speed GT Mustang that I had traded for, straight up. Um, Funny, that one has a little bit of a backstory to it. Every car has a story.
Everyone.
Um, my my mother lives in Oklahoma City, and her boyfriend is a big, like, he is a wheeler and dealer. He
Yeah.
trades. He's not a marketplace guy. He's just the kind of guy that's always out and about. He sees something, he'll go to your door, ask you what you want for it. And so one of the guys he's working with has this 5-speed GT Mustang. It was an '06. It was a pretty decent looking car. Had a couple of dents in it. It had some mods on it. Sounded pretty rowdy. Nice little 5-speed car. And the kid needed a truck. The younger guy needed a truck. And he tells my mom's boyfriend, he says, you got a truck that I could use. I'll trade you this Mustang, and then I'll come buy the Mustang back from you when I have the money.
Okay.
He makes the trade. Like 3 weeks later, the guy loses his job.
Yeah. So
So
never
he's
came back
sitting
for it.
here. He's sitting here with this GT Mustang, and at the time, he's probably in his late 50s, almost 60. My mom's in the same boat. Neither of them have any interest in driving a stick shift car. And so they just got this car that's just sitting there that he's just like, every once in a while, he'll start it up, move it around,
Yeah.
maybe drive it up and down the road, just to keep it fresh. And at the time, I had a crew cab Chevy truck that had a ton of, like, I think it was estimated like $6,000 or $7,000 worth of hail damage on it.
That's character.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a truck.
It doesn't matter. It's a truck.
It doesn't need to be a show car, right? It's
No.
a truck. And they like trucks. So they basically made a deal. They would trade me that Mustang for the truck. So then I got the Mustang, had the Mustang for 2 years. 2020, I'm going through Western Avenue and Shad Road intersection, and somebody runs the intersection We have a T-bone accident, totals, rips the whole front end off the Mustang, totals it. And at the time, I was like, man, I would really like a car that could handle. I would love to get into like track days. Later, I would learn that that's for rich people. I'm not a rich person. We're in a small garage here, if you can't tell. Um, but at the time, I was like, give me something that's got a. I love V8s. Just nothing sounds better. Clearly, I love V8s, but I also wanted independent rear suspension. But I also wanted a back seat. The fifth gen Camaro kind of made sense at that point. I wanted something that could corner decently, give me that sound that I fell in love with as a teenager, and then also like give me the back seat if my kid ever wants to ride in the back. I got a place for her. And so that's how that car just popped up on Auto Trader search. That's how long ago. I didn't even find it on Marketplace.
Did you think about modding it, or were you
Oh,
just like,
100%.
okay, you were already
100.
planning?
No, I was all in on it. Like I started with cosmetic stuff. Like when I first got it, it had some door dings and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, like the car, like I brought it home. I was a detailer when I was a teenager. I worked. I wasn't a car detailer. I actually was a detailer for Worldwide Equipment. I used to detail semi trucks. But when I worked there, I learned how to polish stuff. I learned how to polish aluminum, work with a buffer, things
Yeah.
like that. So, like every car I get, the first thing I do is I bring it home. I strip all the wax and everything off of it. I do a test patch, see if I can buff it out, see if I can make it better.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I do. So I got the car home. I buffed it out. And I was like, this thing will shine up pretty good. The front bumper was trashed. It had been like run up on a curb at some point, and it had spider webbed the paint. It was all cracked. And so I actually went to it was I think it's Dent Wizard over off Parkside, and they do PDR, and I had them take the door dings out of it, and they repainted that front bumper for $500.
Wow, you
I
can't beat
mean,
that.
it's hard to beat that. It
You can't.
really is
Yeah.
hard to beat. They matched it damn near perfectly. It later got like a little ripple on the side. I think somebody backed into it or something.
Yeah.
Put a little crack on it. But she is no show car. We don't do show cars in this house. We drive our cars. Um, you'll know if you ever look closely, there's chips out of that front splitter because I'm not going to sit there and try and go 8 angles to try and get out of a parking lot. We're just going to drag it.
You have a steep driveway too.
Yeah, God. Yeah, tell me about it. It's one of my biggest regrets about buying this place. Had the garage, did not have the driveway, but what are you gonna do?
Make it work.
Yeah,
That's all right.
absolutely.
So what was the first thing? So you done cosmetics first, and then
Cosmetics first. Borla exhaust had to go on. It was too quiet,
oh yeah,
so threw the Borla exhaust on it. Jumped to the cold air intake, just the usual suspects.
yep,
So Borla exhaust, cold air intake, and then immediately went cam and headers. I tried to buy, so that was, again, we're talking COVID. Parts were hard to get.
yeah,
I tried to order a set of wheels. I really wanted like a really cool set of like 20 by 10, 20 by 11 staggered wheels on it. I had a specific wheel picked out, and of course it was one of those things that are like mono blocks from China or something.
oh yeah,
And so 2020, we're sitting there, we're just waiting on boats to start coming across.
yep,
Well, the thing that we didn't have to wait on was camshafts and headers. They were already here. Our friends at Texas Speed already had everything I needed. So instead of getting wheels, I did cam and headers, deleted cats, had it tuned, and yeah, immediately started waking up the neighborhood. And
wonderful.
that kind of became the car's signature. Like, oh, they're here. Here comes Brandon.
So it looked pretty stock on the outside, but sounded gnarly.
Oh no, it sounded super nasty. And like I said, it was had decent set of tires on it that the previous owners had put on before they traded it in. So like I'd still throw it around a little bit, but yeah, it needed some wheels on it. And I think later that year I finally was able to get a hold of a set of wheels that I was happy with to throw on there. And then I don't know. I try to get away from cosmetics now because one year I'm happy with what it looks like, and the next year I want to change it.
Changing.
Yeah.
Girls have hair color. We
We
have
have wheels and
wheels. Yes,
tires.
sir.
Yes, 100%.
How many
Now,
different sets have been on this one?
actually, just three. I mean,
Okay, not bad.
the factories. I had the set of street wheels on it, and then I fell in love with welds. And
Yeah.
if it were up to me, I'd put them on everything.
Yes.
I love them. Except for if I got that vet finally, I would have to do like a really dope set. I am a sucker for like that BBS look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
know what you're talking
Like
about.
if it were up to me, every car would look like a like 80s to 90s IMSA GT car with
Mm-hmm.
the gold BBSs on it. Like there's something about that look that just it makes my heart warm, and I would put that on every car if I could. I mean, look, as much as I want a C5 vet, I saw a green C4 vet with gold BBSs on it. I about fell out of my chair. I was just like, man, oh my God, that's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Don't tell my wife or my daughter that. But
Different categories. We
the
got to
most beautiful
categorize.
car thing I've ever
There
seen.
we go. Great
got it,
verbiage.
got it, got it,
Did you
got
put the
click.
wheels on the 99?
So funny story about that. When I had my 94, I put those on my 94.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact wheel.
Mm-hmm.
My dad saw them, went and ordered himself a set.
Really?
Didn't even tell me. I showed up one day and he's like, got me some wheels. And I was like, well, damn, now I'm not so unique. It's like when you and your buddy show up with the same shirt on. It's like, well, shit.
Matching wheels go pretty cool though.
Yeah. Well, the coolest thing, and I will say, one of the coolest moments ever was, um, so again, the Camaro thing through the family. So we had the 94, excuse me, 1993, they started with the catfish body style with the LT in it. In 94 or pre 94, actually, my dad went and ordered a brand new one for my mom. So it was red and black interior. It was cloth. It's funny. A guy takes great care of shit, but he always thinks like worst case scenario. Oh, leather's going to dry out. No, we can't get T-tops. They'll leak. He literally left this thing in the garage for 17 years. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so he gets kind of like a real based out hardtop auto Z28 for my mom. My grandmother, his mom, sees this car. She goes to her Chevy dealer here in Knoxville and has one shipped from Texas. The only difference is hers had charcoal and black interior instead of red and black. Identical cars. So 94 Z28 auto, hard top, black roof, red car, like bright red. So they had matching cars, my mom and my grandmother.
That's cool.
My brother got my mom's, I got my grandmother's.
Your brother has the twin to this one?
He had one. We both ended up selling them because the LT1, if you've never had to deal with an OptiSpark, you'll learn.
Yeah.
You'll learn that you kind of get tired of dealing with an OptiSpark. And this is when they weren't that old yet. Mm-hmm. And people hadn't really figured out good solutions for that yet.
Yeah.
And I think both of us just weren't into investing. But we went to the Rod Run one year and we parked both of ours up next to this one. So it's like my brother, my dad, and I, all three in our red Camaro, 4th gen Camaros. It was just a really cool pic and really cool moment of just like, well, I'd have a pic of it, but we didn't really have smartphones back then.
Some little flip phones, a little grainy.
It's in my mind. It was super cool, but it was like, yeah, man, like for a moment there, we all had one, and it was just like part of like. So yeah, now that I think back on it, it's like as much as I've always wanted a vet, it's like gotta have a Camaro in the background. I am also anti-selling your car.
Yeah.
What does every car guy say after they sell their car? God, I shouldn't have sold that car. God, I wish I hadn't let that go. Gosh. And is anybody ever going to give me the amount of money that I have invested in that car? Hell no. Never. Never. So why sell it? Why, other than it takes up space. Like, I'm old, man. I'm in my mid 40s. I don't pay a lot for insurance.
Yeah, yeah, you got a good driving record. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I don't pay a lot for insurance. So it's like, I might as well just keep them all. And it really is just storage is the problem at this point. So until they're overflow, look, I'm going to cut these trees down, just pave the front yard. We're going to be fine.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So
Yeah.
the fifth gen was inevitable.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
It was
it really
inevitable.
was. It
And then
really was. And
came full circle with the Z28.
yeah, like I said, the Z28 was unexpected. Like, I had always thought I would eventually end up with that car.
Yeah.
Didn't think it would happen this soon. Wasn't really expecting it. And he said he just kind of got a call out of the blue, and he was kind of done with the car. He loves the car still, and that's saying a lot. Like, he had a C5 Vet, and I think he loves this car more.
Really?
Yeah, like
You don't hear that often.
Well, I think the thing is, just again, the Vet was it was too nice.
Yeah.
It's like you hear guys talk about shiny paint scares me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, it's so nice, I don't want to mess it up. This car was just the right amount of cheap and shitty that was just like, oh, I can just drive. If someone opens their door into this, I'm not going to have a nuclear meltdown. I'm going to be upset. I still park it far away from people because you're 27 years old. It's nice looking.
It's immaculate.
But
immaculate.
at the same time, like, it's not going to be the end of my world tomorrow if something happens to this car. Because again, it's like the Blue Book value is a ham sandwich.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not worth a lot. It's and that's most of the cars that we have are just like, oh man, they're cheap. And if something really happened to it, we're just kind of out whatever mods we put into it.
Yeah. And sometimes you can salvage some of those.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So now, Dad, has he ridden in the fifth gen? What's he think of the fifth gen?
This is the one car I've got he's never ridden in.
No way.
Never ridden in it. He rode in the Mustang prior and said it was impressive. So if I had to venture a guess, I'd say he would probably be pretty impressed with it.
Yeah. Especially coming from a C5. I mean, this thing is a different animal.
It is. It's a lot nastier. It's a lot rowdier. I tell you what, though, there's something to be said about, you get a car that's on a smaller tire. It feels like it's got more power.
Understood. Yes.
I told my friend for the longest time after I got this fifth gen, because immediately, as soon as I got the wheels on the back of it, I was running like 315 meets on the back.
Yeah.
Those don't turn over that easily, especially on a soft compound. I kind of missed having those 275s back there that would just light up on command. It felt like the car had more power, even though it was the same. It was just you weren't turning the tires over as easily. But there's something to be said about just putting some cheap rubber on a car and making it feel like it's the nastiest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
So,
man, this thing will blow them off in second gear.
That's the thing. Unless you're trying to set some speed records or actually race somebody, being able to do rolling burnouts feels really cool.
No one knows. Most people watching from the side, they're like, that is a race car.
Oh, man. That Mustang, like I said, it had, I think it had some 275 Nankangs on the back. Brother, I'm telling you, you'd roll in about 10 mile an hour and lay into the throttle and it would just light them up. So that car kind of felt like a boss, honestly. But no, this thing is, like I said, I can't be mad at it. I built it.
Yeah. I mean, you've done a great job of it. This thing sounds wicked, looks wicked. What's your favorite memory with it so far?
God. Oh, man. It's hard to say.
Throw a couple out there.
Like some of the times we had up there, running Tail of the Dragon, and it just like out driving my driver restraints, like being thrown towards the passenger seat, being bumped up against, just it holding the corner way more than I thought it was capable of. Just ripping and running through there. God, every burnout. Like I remember every burnout, But yeah, probably take it up to the track for the first time, seeing it actually progress and get faster. Like honestly, probably my favorite memories from like April of this year
Yeah.
where we put it on a slick tire and it cut like maybe 4 or 5 tenths out of the time. And just like seeing it do that and realizing like, all right, we're actually moving in the right direction. We're making this car faster. Um, Lastly, first cold start after doing the cam and getting rid of the cats.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're a fifth gen guy and you still have cats, you have no idea how much louder it's going to be. I thought my wife was going to jump out of her skin. She was standing next to the door when I cold started it, and when it fired up, I had a moment of hesitation. Like, did I do too much?
Yeah.
It immediately went away as soon as the
Yep.
cam started.
Yeah.
As soon as it started chopping, I knew I'd done the right thing. But that first fire on that cold start was so freaking loud. I just did not know what to expect. It was funny. We actually came back from vacation and it was done. And I started that thing up and it just screamed to life. And I was like, oh my God, this is so, my neighbors are going to fucking hate me.
What time do you get up for work in the morning?
I usually, I leave a little later now. But I'll tell you right now, Harper Cars and Coffee, this thing fires off about 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
So
they love you around here.
oh, absolutely. I'm neighborhood champion.
That is an accomplishment.
Hey, look,
to have the fastest car in the neighborhood,
you got to strive for something.
That's a title right
I was
there.
gonna say the kids love it. That's what really matters, right?
Oh yeah, I bet they lose their
Look,
minds when
I
you go
drive
by.
past. There's a bunch of like young boys in here that are just like they're always like rev it. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. Okay.
Now
At
you have a
least-
daughter. Have you picked her up, taken her to school?
Oh, absolutely. She is known by my cars. She's also known for how many cars I have
Yeah.
because I can show up in one of 4 vehicles at any time. So got to keep them on rotation.
That's an accomplishment right there. Does she love
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's such a big fan, and she recognizes that like these things aren't going anywhere. Like I'm, unless one of these gets totaled or something, they're going to be around. And I was like, look, I'm not rich. I'm never going to leave you a giant fortune or a company. But you're going to have some pretty badass cars by the time I'm gone.
You're gonna have some cool cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'd rather take that than a whole company.
Honestly, she can go start her own company and then just bop around in one of these.
That's fine.
I'd be totally fine with that.
Does she have a preference, especially with the Z28?
Right now, I think right now the Z28, the convertible is more popular. It's new. It's new hot.
It's summertime, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going into middle school, so we'll see. As she wants to get boys' attention, she might request the race car a little bit more.
Yes.
We'll see. I'll be like, wait until you got to get out of those door bars. But but yeah, for now, like I said, I think the convertible's got the win as far as that goes, and I'm okay with that because honestly, this thing it's velvety smooth, runs like a dream, gets killer mileage. Like it's actually the best gas mileage I got other than that Honda out there. Like,
yeah, you don't have your whole combined gas mileage in your driveway.
It's not good.
It's not great.
It's not good.
Absolutely not great, especially in this.
I'm not eco-friendly. If you haven't figured out,
you don't look at gas prices much. You just put the nozzle in.
I just suffer and just go.
You're
never gonna look. I'm gonna bitch about it, but I'm not gonna bitch too hard because I kind of did it to myself. Admittedly, I spent 5 years working from home during COVID. I just went back to work last year, and during that time, I sold my Toyota Corolla and ended up daily driving my Yukon. So at the time, it wasn't a problem because I wasn't driving to work. But yeah, now actually having to go to the office a few times a week, boy, do I miss that sweet 30 miles a gallon.
I bet you're a fan favorite at the office when you bring the Camaro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody. Well, I park a mile away.
Like a car rival at work.
There's definitely a guy that's a Ford guy, but he's also an NHRA guy, so I can't be too mad at him,
Okay,
right?
you
You know,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, that's common
No,
ground.
and I'm not a hater of any other brand. Like I love cars, man. I love cars to death. I
Yeah,
I love European cars. I just don't know enough about them because it's not what I was. You know, I coming up, that's just not what I was around. But like the guy that probably my best friend that helps me work on a lot of my shit is like a big diehard like German car guy. Now
really.
but he currently drives an LS swapped old body style Chevy. But prior to that, like he's had like Golfs and you know other little and Jettas and little cars like that. So it's like at the same time, it's like we kind of just love everything. One of my other buddies has an Alpha. Like we just like cars, man.
That's it. Yeah,
It's it.
every
Like
manufacturer makes something.
like you said M4. I'm like ooh, like I,
Yeah,
like I said, I don't know as much about that, but I'm excited about it. I want to know about it. Like yeah, I've got that light that goes off in my brain. I can't pay attention to much else, but when a car pulls in, I want to know everything about
that's the beauty of it. Big cams, big turbo four
it. Oh,
cylinders, twin turbo V8s,
yeah,
inline
100%.
sixes. They all bring something. They're all different. That's it.
Well, what people are doing with the BMWs now, like they're bringing them out and just like minor modifications are flying with
Absolutely
them.
rockets with them.
Excuse me.
A tune and just some simple bolt-ons. I mean, these things are moving, but that's a lot of cars nowadays. Anything modern V8, same thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A
I
tune
think
will
I
change a
think the
car.
thing that keeps me LS friendly is excuse me, not with this one because look, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Replacing an LS3 is expensive, but
Yes, they are.
got a little happy there on the beer. Um, but the fact that you can go get a junkyard 5.3 and what you can do with a turbo and a junkyard 5.3 in a car, just it's never going to get old. I know that the internet gets tired of hearing about it, but when you're on a budget, excuse me,
You're all right.
when you're on a budget, man, like it's hard to beat that.
There was like Civics back in the day. You go pick them up for a grand or so.
Oh, everybody misses that now.
Yeah, slap a turbo on it with a big float can on the back. That was it.
Yeah, man. Like now you can't touch Civics.
No,
Yeah.
these like '90s and early 2000s,
Mm-mm.
the EGs and stuff. They're bringing money.
Yeah.
They're bringing money, and they're nothing to play with, especially like the K swapped ones. Oh my gosh, those are
Absolutely.
monsters out there.
But yeah, it's like those things from when we were kids are just they're untouchable now.
Yeah,
But yeah, like for me, it's all about like how much they got to pay to play. Like
yeah,
I want to get in on cheap.
yeah. That's it.
That's not this car, sadly,
I want
but
the maximum amount of fun for the least entry price.
I do wish that sometimes when I'm working with this, I wish I was working with something cheaper,
Yeah,
just because it's still nice enough where I got to kind of worry about ruining it, but
yeah.
man, do I wish I was just like throwing a $500 junkyard motor and a beater and just like cutting it up with a freaking angle grinder and having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I could do it over, if I could go back and tell myself, no, you really just wanted to go drag racing, like especially like 6 years ago, I probably could have found a decent price Fox body.
Oh, the Fox body. Is that what you would have went with?
No, well, I mean, honestly, it would have been the if I could go back in time and tell myself, yeah, because that's what I mean. Every freaking no prep you go to is like
Yeah,
89% Fox bodies now.
yeah.
Um, they're super cool. Like I think it's hilarious that a lot of them run Chevy engines.
It's effective. It's an
And
effective
look,
combination.
again, it's cheap. It's cheap. And I'm all about cheap. Like I want cheap fun. I don't want to be in. We're not in a huge house here. This place is the size of most people's apartments. So I'm here to do what I can on what budget I got, and that budget's pretty limited sometimes. So
We've done a great job with what you got. I mean,
I
there's
appreciate
people with
that.
way more that don't have near as cool cars.
Yeah, that's you'll never hear me glaze a billionaire because all they want to do is make more money.
Yep.
I'm all about like Dude, the guy who gets money and then does fun shit with it, I'm so jealous of you. You know, it's like,
Absolutely.
you know, it's like when people get money and all they want to do is make more money. That's because they don't have hobbies.
Yeah.
They
Their
need
hobby is making money.
their hobbies
More
making money,
power
and
to
that's
you.
just yeah.
But
Like I can't get behind that. But if you're gonna get some money, and then suddenly you've got a car collection,
mm-hmm.
and your car collection gets driven, like you know, that's the thing. I just want to see people driving and enjoying cars. Don't park them. Don't park them. Get out and love them and just drive them, man. They're so good. That's where the memories are worth more than the car.
Absolutely.
The memories are where you're gonna die, and that car's still gonna be sitting in your garage. And like at least between now and then, you could experience the car. Let the car live. The car wants to go.
Yeah.
It does
That's what
not
it was
want to
built
sit in the
for.
garage. Yes, the car wants to go. I believe that they got souls, and driving them is how you let them work it out. You know.
And breaking it's part of it.
Mm.
I know some of the best memories I have
Oh,
with some friends is fixing cars.
oh dude,
You know, when
I've
you break
broken
it,
so many.
yeah. What's the worst or most expensive break you've had on the Camaro?
Oh, it's definitely rear ends. I have gone. This is the third rear end in the car.
Oh, and you got
Yeah,
a 9 inch in it
it's
now.
got a 9 inch in it now. So if anybody has looked down that rabbit hole of pricing, you'll know that I basically slapped it with a $10,000 hammer. Like I got tired. No more. We're
No
just
more.
gonna yeah. We're tired of doing this. I put three different rear ends in the back, and that was finally the one. And then, bless his heart, some guy bought my other rear end from me, and he messaged me, "Oh, I broke it." I was like, "Sorry, yeah, that's what I do too."
Me too, buddy.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, you're gonna go down the path I'm down right now.
just sending the link to the 9 inch. This is
Yeah,
what I do.
pretty much. I met a kid couple of couple of track days ago or whatever, Cars and Coffee at the drag strip, who had a fifth gen. He was working on putting a supercharger on it, and he had a pretty good day that day. He could get it to hook. And the next time I saw him last Sunday, and I saw his car down next to the timing shack. Oh, broken axle. It's like, oh man, oh man.
It's that 5th gen club.
Look, they're axle eaters for sure. The crazy thing was he's auto car, which that doesn't happen that often.
Ooh,
But
he was beating on it.
he was whipping it pretty good. Well, he had a radial on it, so she was hooking.
Ooh.
Um, Sadly, like I said, I'm always trying to help people out. I actually have spare axles in my shed.
Oh, really? You just collect them?
Oh yeah. Well, the thing that people don't realize is like they don't make those axles anymore.
Oh,
Like AC Delco doesn't make axles, so everything you're buying is like cheap Chinese shit.
yeah.
No offense to Chinese people. Like, look, hey, it's cheap. But we get the Ling Long tires and all that stuff. We joke about it, but really, that's what you get is you get a lesser product for cheaper.
Cheaper.
You get it cheaper. The best thing you can do if you're a fifth gen guy and you need to replace an axle and you're at stock power is to go get a salvage axle. Go get one out of a wreck.
Yeah.
And salvage axles are actually about the same price as what you'll pay for like an O'Reilly's axle.
Really?
And that O'Reilly's axle, so I broke an axle and then I put a cheap one in it. And then I was just shifting in the second on a pretty decent pull and I snapped that. It wasn't a hard launch or anything like just a second gear hard shift, let the clutch out. And I heard the axle start flopping around back there. And I was like, oh my God. So I changed that on the side of the road. And I learned that day, like that $130 axle you're buying at O'Reilly's, it's good to get you around on, but don't ever think that you can actually put any power through it.
Yeah. You'll be buying a
And
few of them.
yeah, so like you've got a lot of guys on eBay now that are throwing, they're out there slinging salvage parts, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And if I could tell anybody, like if you're really serious about putting some power through one of these, try to find that ZL1 rear cradle. They're elusive, but they're cheaper. It's way cheaper to put a ZL1 rear end in this thing. That thing will stand up to getting beat on. Um, this one right here, though, like I said, you can beat on it like it owes you money, and it'll put up with it all day. It just, when you're going down, you don't want to daily drive it, dude. I hear so much gear whine.
Oh, do you?
Oh, dude, so it's got the differential itself has solid aluminum bushings. The
Mm,
cradle has solid aluminum bushings. Every bit of the gear whine from the rear diff runs through the body of the car now.
yeah.
And there's no amount of turning the radio up that can outrun that.
Yes.
And the exhaust, as you've heard, is not quiet. And you hear the gear whine over the exhaust in the passenger compartment. So you
Yeah.
know you're driving a car that's not meant for street purposes at that point.
Now,
You
when you
know.
went solid bushings, did you feel a difference in handling?
Oh, it doesn't handle for anything. It's terrible handling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just goes straight really good.
Okay, it just
It
holds
just
together a little
goes.
bit.
Look, it tracks really straight.
Yeah.
It tracks super straight. But yeah, no, I'm actually gonna probably delete the front sway bar
Yeah.
and just go with long travel front shocks at this point. Like
Yeah.
I'm just kind of all in on this drag racing stuff at this point.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason I don't know if you remember, I think it was last year there was a death that happened in a street racing incident, and the lawmakers in Tennessee started talking about making street racing a felony.
Oh,
Now,
really?
last 20 plus years I've worked for a bank, and one thing that banks don't like is felons.
Yeah.
They typically don't hire you if you have a felony or anything like that. And if you run afoul of the law, they're pretty quick to cut you loose.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of invested in being in a bank after 20 years.
Yeah.
So when they started talking all that mess, and look, I don't think they ever followed through it, but
Yeah.
they were talking about it. And I said, well, maybe I need to take my hot rodding somewhere illegal. And that's why I decided I wanted to go drag racing. Because I was like, look, I can go out there. Look, again, I'm going to reiterate this for the millionth time. I'm not rich. Go if you've ever priced a track day, it's not cheap.
No, they're not.
They're not cheap. And I don't want to dog anybody that does track days, man. More power to you. You got to travel for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a track close to here. The closest one here is not open to the public, really.
Which one's that?
Flat Rock.
Yeah, it's
That's a country club.
It's a country club.
Country club. It's for people that are out of my tax bracket. I can't even talk to them.
No, they would plug their ears if they.
Yeah, oh no. If they saw my car, they'd be like, "Oh my God, what did you do to that?" They wouldn't say "beautiful machine." They would just say, "What'd you do to that piece of shit?" But but you can go drag racing on a weekend for $100. You can go do a test and tune for $25.
Yep.
You can put your car on a track and legally rip the shit out of it for less than $100 on a regular basis and do it legally.
Yep.
And so that just spoke to me as, hey, get out here and actually just go have fun with your car. Not have to worry about getting in trouble. You can do as many burnouts as you want. I mean, you can do all the shit that you want to do.
They'll cheer for you there.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, they're here for you whether you break it. Look, and the drag racing community is super cool.
Yeah.
Like I have not had a negative experience since I've started going out to the drag strip at all. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen, but like most of the people are super cool. There are guys out there that will help you beat them. Like the people are super cool. Everybody, there's not really any kind of big like ego rivalries or anything like that. Like most people are pretty chill.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just out there have a good time, drive their hot rods, man. And I think that's just me getting old. Yeah. I just want to do it the right way.
Keep it off the streets.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it's safer.
Oh, I know. Look, I understand. Like running from a roll is cheaper. It is.
And sometimes when you're out and about, someone pulls up next to you. I get it,
I do it too. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
Yeah. The thing is that when you're on the street, like everybody else that's on that same road as you didn't agree to be part of your event. So
100%.
you can never understand what other people are going to do in a car, and oftentimes in traffic, I'm amazed at what people think they can do.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to look at this thing. The greatest drivers in the world, if you're a fan of motorsport, you watch them make mistakes. you're not above them.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime that you're putting a car, under any kind of power, like you run a risk of making a mistake, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't want that to collect anybody in the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
That's
know,
well said.
so that's the thing is like I'd rather just do it on a close. Put me on a track where if I screw up, if I spin out, I'm gonna hit a wall, but I'm not gonna hurt nobody else. Usually, I'd rather do it that way. I'm gonna be sad at the end of the day because I'm gonna be even more poor than I am right
Yeah.
now. But yeah, like I said, I saw that as like the probably the turning point of like maybe I should go put it on a track somewhere instead of. Well, that was the other thing with the Dragon, man. The Dragon is just getting crazy.
Yeah.
It's getting, man, you see people wrecking every other day. You see in all the
Yeah.
Fail of the Dragon videos, and then people are dying up there all the time. And it's like, shit, how worth it is it? Like, I love coming up here, but at some point, where do I draw the line? It's like, okay, maybe I just need to go somewhere else or do something different. And that's kind of where we ran into, where it was just like, it just got a little too crazy. Like, we've been up there multiple times where cars have rolled over or things like that. Or, God, it was a year or two ago, we was up there with somebody lost a Supra up there. Oh man, we were sad because we saw that Supra earlier that day, and we were just like, "Oh no, man!"
Oh,
It was blue too. It was pretty, but
makes you hurt a little. It's not even
yeah.
your car. You're like,
Oh man,
man.
it hurt me because I
Yeah.
was just like saw him, and I was like, "Oh man, that's a Supra. That's like the one you want." And then like we drove by later, and it was off the embankment, laid up on a tree, and you're just looking at that, and you're like, shit, is it worth it to be up here?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about your car being laid over like that. And like, I don't know about that guy, but I don't got the means to replace this thing anytime fast.
Yeah. Now, you didn't grow up drag racing or really wrenching on cars
No,
or anything,
man.
no?
That's yeah. So I'm a nerd. I'm a second generation nerd. My dad was Air Force avionics tech, and he made good use of what he learned with electrical.
Yeah.
And he went to work in the he he spent his entire Air Force period at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got out of the Air Force, he went to work at a shipyard there, Ingalls Shipyard, and he was working on naval ships, doing radar and navigation wiring. And he found an opportunity to work offshore oil rigs, and that got his foot in the door in the oil industry. And then he finished his career as a drilling operator, where basically he just programmed drilling rigs and made damn good money. I wish I would have got into that.
Yeah, lucrative,
I
huh?
mean, he would. Yeah, let's just say he was very successful. I don't know how successful that still is, but he was very successful. Very successful. And he, growing up, he took me to car shows all the time, showed me cars,
Yeah.
got me into cars, but he was very frugal,
Yeah.
and he was very much focused on his retirement. And now I will say he did well because he's retired. He's not working. He's enjoying his life. He goes on cruises. He hangs out at the lake all the time. Like he's got the good retired life. He's not worried about anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, growing up, he always talked about all these cars that he wished he had. I wish I had this. And even after he gave me this one, he talked about, oh man, I tried to get my dad to co-sign a 73 Corvette or Camaro,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't co-sign for me. And I'm like, dude, you made so much money, you could have had like 80 73 Camaros.
Yeah.
you know. But instead, and I was like, but I guess he got what he wanted, which is like he doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Like he's set. He's got, and you know what? He was able to give me this car with no hesitation. So I can't be mad at what he did. I just think I would do it differently. I
Yeah.
think I'd rather have a little worry and a whole lot more experience between now and then.
Yeah.
Because I'm not worried about what I'm gonna do when I can't barely get up in and out of the car. Right now I can still get in and out of these cars. I'm gonna have fun with them. When I get old, I'm gonna have to have somebody pull me out of them. these things.
We're gonna wheelchair you to the
Hey,
drag
look,
events
look,
then.
I want to be that guy. Like, oh, you see his old ass on it? Yes, that was me. That's what I want to be.
So when you started drag racing, how was that first track experience? Was it
I was a
scary,
dream. Yeah. Oh, dude, I was so
nerve-wracking?
nervous. I'm so nervous.
Oh,
So super nervous. You get up there, I'm like, oh, I'm damn near shaking, and oh my god, it was a blast. It was just such. It was so freeing, and I think everybody should do it. Like, you should just take your street car to a testing tune, and go have fun. There's there are a few things you can do more fun with your clothes on than drag racing. I can tell you that right now. Like, that is, it is a treat. Like, I wish I've been on a road course. I wish I could do that on a regular basis. It's not in my tax bracket.
yeah.
I think road courses are awesome. I watch other people do it on YouTube, man. I watch it. I watch it on the weekends. I'm a diehard NASCAR road course guy.
Yeah. Hey,
The thing that
absolutely.
everybody in NASCAR hates, I'm the biggest fan of. I'm like, man, I love watching these cars go around road courses. I love IMSA. I've been to the Rolex 24 a couple times. Awesome event. If you've never been, go. It's cheap. It's stupid cheap. It's like $130 for a 4-day pass.
That's a good deal.
And you can stay in Daytona in January for nothing because nobody goes to Daytona in January. Go watch Rolex 24. You're pretty soon you're going to start seeing more XF1 guys there. I'm pretty sure Max Verstappen's going to end up there eventually. He loves GT cars.
Really?
Yeah, he loves GT. He's been doing Nürburgring 24-hour endurance.
Seen that.
He's gonna go over there and do the Rolex. He's already said he wants to do it sometime. I think when he's out of F1, he'll definitely be there, and that's going to be a treat. Like, you see IndyCar guys, supercar guys, like, there's some real top talent drivers there, and it's such an experience. Like, you get to, especially if you can do the 4 days, if you can be there all 4 days. The best days are the days before the race, like Thursday, Friday. Nobody's there. You got pit access. You can actually walk through the garages. Like, you can literally look over the guy's shoulders working on the cars. Like, you see so much that, like, is not on TV. It's amazing. We went the first time in 2023. We did 23 and 24, and man, like I said, I would love to do it. If I hadn't had to rebuild this thing, we would have been doing it every year. Like, it's kind of on my list now. It's like, it's so cheap. How do you not do this?
Yeah, that's the go-to
Like,
vacation
like
now.
how do you not do this? Like, and I at my job, I'm lucky. I'm blessed to have, like, I get basically like a month and a week off
Okay,
every year. So
rub it
it's
in.
like, so I'm like, I can't spare like 2 days to go down to Daytona and watch this thing. Like, but yeah, it's so awesome. I was actually, last year we were in the elevator. We rented like some kind of timeshare or something. We hop in the elevator the morning of the race, and old guy starts talking to us. He's got this fat freaking ring on, and it's an Indy 500 winter ring. He was a spotter for Rossi when he got his Indy 500 win. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm down here spotting for a team." He was like, and he's like, he said, he's like, "I was spotter for this fat freaking ring." The dude's so awesome. I'm just riding the elevator with a dude that's got an Indy 500 win ring on. And then, like, you go around town and it's just like people are just everywhere. And then you're walking around in the infield and the pits, and you get passed by, you know, multi-time IndyCar winner Alex Below just walks past you. And of course he's like this tall, because he's a driver and they're
Hey,
tiny.
short kings, all right. Look,
Yeah,
short guys
absolutely.
make best drivers
Oh,
and
hey,
jockeys.
look, man, look, you weigh a lot. Look, if I put you in my car, I'm a tenth faster.
There
That's all
we
I'm
go.
gonna
That's
say.
it. That's
Look,
it.
that's all I'm gonna say. Like, I was joking with a friend of mine that was smaller than me. I was like, look, I should put you in the car and see how fast it goes. I was like,
Yeah.
that's immediate weight loss.
What's the fastest you've had it?
This has only gone 7.45 and 8, so not fast enough to need any more safety.
It's all right.
No, dude,
That's
look,
a good car.
745 feels fast. You see all kinds of cars up there that aren't hooking that make a ton of power, and it's like your average muscle car runs in somewhere in the eights.
Yeah,
So sevens feel pretty good.
seven's
Um,
good. If you're making sevens, that's a good pass.
I mean, it feels okay. It definitely feels like it'd be faster. I usually end up about 95, 96 mile an hour,
Yeah.
which for the eighth is moving pretty good. Um, I did not have enough last weekend. I raced a GTR and he ran like a seven flat at like 103, and I
Oh,
was like, "Oh, you're so fast. I want to be that fast."
that old drop helps hooking. Okay.
Oh yeah, it really does.
That 60-foot's gotta be
Oh dude, it
mean.
was it like well, and I slept on the light too. So by the time I got going, he was a car and a half ahead of me, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
you have a
oh
clutch.
yeah.
That's so you know.
Yeah, I was really struggling that run, and then I turned around and had to and then cut my time in half and beat a Mustang on the next run. So I was like, okay, all right, I'm back in. But I really wish I could have ran with the GTR better. But we're planning on. I'm hoping next year to have a supercharger on this thing. The guy that does my tuning, he has done a build this year. There's a kit that's supposed to be coming soon, but he got a hold of a Rotrex kit for this car. It
Okay.
was a tuner kit. He used a ProCharger intercooler
Okay.
in conjunction with this kit. The thing he loved about it was that the Rotrex kit, instead of the supercharger facing backwards,
Yeah.
pulling hot air, it faces forwards. So they've got the bracket reversed.
Yeah.
So it's drive off the belt on the front, then it's cog drive on the back to run the supercharger. And I, it's still up in the air. I need to talk to him. I
Yeah.
haven't called him because I'm like, well, I'm not going to sit here and bug you about it because I ain't got 10 grand for you right now, brother. But they were doing a dual fuel pump setup on it. Like he was thinking like mid 700s.
That.
So that would be a healthy gain for this thing. That would put me in the ballpark of running a lot better with that GTR. So
So why supercharger? I mean, is it just because it's readily available, or have we
the
looked at
stick shift,
turbos?
so when talking with him, we talked about the different options, and he
Yeah.
said the way the centrifugal rolls into power versus being a hit, especially with stick shift, you don't want all that shock of torque.
Yeah.
So he said the way that the centrifugal will kind of bring the power in as the throttle rolls on, you'll be less likely to break traction or put a whole lot more shock through that rear
Yeah.
that already is under all kinds of stress.
Yeah.
So that was his idea, really. And what he said kind of made sense. Um, let's be honest, like there are cheaper power adders to do.
You've looked at a nitrous kit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You've
100.
looked at them.
Nitrous is cheap up front. When you keep refilling that bottle, it equals out eventually.
Eventually, it will.
Eventually,
Yes.
you're going to refill that bottle enough where you're going to be like, man, supercharger would have been pretty great.
But that initial cost when you're looking online, you're
Oh,
like, man,
100%, 100%. Yeah, no, the supercharger is a big ask up front, but also the car does go out on the street, so
yeah,
like having the street ability to it and not having the boost creep of a turbo, like because I'm not on a trans brake like most turbo guys are going to be,
yes,
so I kind of agree with him, and he's raced some pretty fast stuff, so I kind of trust him a little bit.
yeah,
When if he's got some input on it, I'm gonna kind of believe him because look, he could sell me a Pro Charger, he could sell me two turbos, he could sell me whatever.
yeah,
He's gonna be like, hey, look, man, what do you want to do with it? But I know the guy that he put this kit on, and the guy's kind of cagey about like telling people what kind of power he makes.
yeah.
So I was kind of mad about that because I was like, I want to know.
Just tell me,
I want to know, and
help
I
me
haven't
out.
seen either of them since they did it. And I'm like, I want to know. So I'll probably run into them next month or a month or two from now. But I'm looking at next year for that right now. But
Yeah,
I'm hoping that we can get that under the hood, and then we'll just be fast enough to get kicked out of every track we go to because we won't meet safety tech
oh
at that
yeah,
point. But that's we gotta. increment. The other thing I learned today is that actually learned today is that the manual in these cannot do NHRA tech because
Really?
they don't have a so the TR6060 that they put in these doesn't have a basically the bell housing and the trans are one unit, so you
Yes.
can't put an SFI bell housing on that. You can have somebody custom make you a case essentially,
Yeah.
but by that point, it seems like it would be cheaper to T56 swap it
Yeah.
at that point. So like we're probably going to do like the T56 faceplate with the QuickTime performance,
Yeah.
so that we can get it because once I think my end game for this car is just to get it to run tens and a quarter, and then just say, all right, I got a 10-second car. If I was watching the first Fast and the Furious, it would be fast. 20 years ago, it'd been
It's still
fast.
fast today.
Yeah,
10
it's
second
well,
car is
and that's the
fast.
thing is we've had the creep,
Yep.
especially with social media and everything.
Yes.
Oh, like this is 500 horsepower. That's not fast anymore. You got to have 1,000. You got to have 1,200. You got to have 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Um, dude, I like you said when you talked about the other guy. You can't use 1,000 on street most times. Like if you've got a drag radial and you're roll racing, you might put it to use, but again, that's out of the places I want to be.
Yeah.
Like I said, I actually like dig racing better, honestly. I like running from dig. I think it's fantastic. It's a thrill, making the light and everything. Um,
Now, do you use the Pro Tree or the?
it was Pro Tree, yeah, yeah. So far, I've run Pro Tree. I got to get me one of those. What is it, everybody uses the little practice trees?
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I got to work on getting faster. I was sleeping on a lot of the lights. Drinking the night before doesn't help.
That bush light and reaction time.
Yeah, bush light does not let you hit lights.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So Z28, anything in the future for it, or kind of just cruising?
So actually, I've eyeballed. Texas Speed has a quote unquote performance package.
Yeah.
Stage 4 cam and heads. You pair with a 3600 stall,
Mm-hmm.
and it's supposed to put it at about 520 horsepower.
Really?
Yeah, so that's a
That's a good.
220 horsepower bump for it.
That's a
So
good bump.
yeah, I think that I want that one to make you pucker a little bit when you get on it. I'll probably put like an RPM transmission behind it so that we can't break anything.
Yeah.
But we're not going to race that one. It's just going to be like I said. I like cars that scare you a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to be scared of it a little bit.
You blip the throttle. You're like,
If you got to pedal the throttle, then you're like, okay,
you got to
I
respect.
got enough. That's the thing. That's what this car. This car never feels like it has enough. So I'm hoping that finally with like maybe we get the supercharger on there, maybe it gets a little rowdy, maybe it'll be scary enough for me.
You're lying. You are. It'll
It's
be
it
scary for a week. It'll be
probably
scary for a
yeah.
week, and you're like,
You want more. You want more. I think the next step after that is probably going to be either stroke it to a 416 or a 427.
yeah,
And make sure that we got everything forged on the bottom end and throw. I think that road Trex is supposed to be good for 26 pounds. So we'll see what 26 pounds can do. And in the worst case scenario, if we blow that rear end out of it, we'll 4-link it, put a live axle in it.
see, look, you're already thinking ahead.
Look,
You're already thinking ahead.
this is a lifetime. This car's got a lifetime investment in it at this point. So I don't ever plan on getting rid of anything. So
Good.
You can't throw your money away if you keep everything.
That's right. Now, if you had to start all over, had no cars in the driveway, what's your daily, and what are you building? Clean slate.
I can have anything, so I can have 2 of whatever I want.
You can have a daily driver, and you can have your race car you're building.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is gonna be super boring. Daily driver, like early 2000s Buick LeSabre.
That is the greatest answer ever because those things are indestructible.
Indestructible. That's what I'm thinking. If I buy something I don't have to pump money into,
Mm-hmm.
I can dump everything in the other car. And then I'm going to keep it in my budget. We're not going to have make believe.
Yeah,
The car I would build, C6Z06.
great choice.
C6Z06.
Automatic
Like,
or manual?
oh, Manuel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a little sombrero on my guy. Manuel, please. Yeah, no, C6Z06 all the way. Like, the internet keeps hyping it too much, driving the prices up.
Yeah, they
You
are.
used to be able to touch those in the 30s. Now you can't touch one for 40 or less.
Especially the Z06, not happening.
Yeah, Z06. The C6 is arguably the best body style they
Mm-hmm.
did. The only thing I dislike, my only beef with it is, I'm kind of partial to the pop-up headlights that they got rid of that year, um, and that's where the C5 kind of wins.
Yeah.
Um, I do like pop-ups; they're cool. I don't care what anybody says. I think I'm old. I'm in my mid-40s.
Pop-ups
Pop-ups
are
are
cool.
cool. I had my Firebird had them. It's like there's something about when you flip the light switch on and those things come up out of the front. It's just got an effect on you. But yeah, C6 definitely is like the king for me. Corvette. Like I never was a fan of the C7. I don't really love the LTs in general.
Yeah.
I know that people have got more power out of them. It just feels like reliability on those cars
Yeah.
is just lower. Now I know that's big talk because the LS7 and the Z06 is notorious for grenading itself and dropping valves.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely do the head fix and all that. But man, that 427 just does its magic, and that car is just, man. It's light, it's fast, it's manual, it's everything that if I were going to build another car, and not for drag racing, of course, just in general, car I'm going to enjoy, 100% C606.
Oh, beautiful choice.
Yellow, please.
Yellow.
Yellow, please.
Yellow.
I am
Iconic color.
so sick and tired of cars with no color. I hate this gray phase we're going through right now where it's like everything is gray or white or some kind of flat color. Like I love color. I love, man, like 60s Dodge when they were doing freaking
Oh,
pink and lime green
yeah.
cars. Like, man, put color on your car again. I hated how plain the silver was on this car, which is
Really?
why I did the black and red with it. I was like, well, at least I can kind of do like a Dale Earnhardt thing and do black,
Oh,
red, and silver
that's
with it.
good. That's a good
I
thing.
was like, I can do something with it, but I was like, man, I was like, so my favorite GM color is Daytona Sunset Orange, which they did in the '05 vet. It's like a burnt metallic orange. I think we
Yes.
also need to bring metallics back. I'm tired of seeing just gloss paint. Like, give me a little sparkle in there. Give me a reason to wax my car. I want to
Yeah.
see that sparkle hit in the sunlight. I know it costs more money these
They're not
days.
going to do it. No.
No, it costs more money, but man, like metallic colors look better.
Absolutely.
They do. They look better. So
Agree. What would you paint this if you could?
and probably that orange.
Probably that orange?
Dude, I'd paint
That
everything in the
looks sick.
stable that color, honestly.
But
Oh.
not the Dream Z06? You want that
Oh
yellow?
no, that would be it. That would be the color. If I could, well, yellow or that. Yeah, yeah.
Now, if there was no budget, would it still be Z06 or are you going somewhere else?
Probably ZR1, and
Okay.
that could be
Same vein.
like Sonic Blue. That could be like, yeah. That honestly, I'd take that in any color. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Almost all those colors were metallic anyway. The white was pearl. It was like they knew what they were doing with that car. That LS9 with the big blower on it. Give me the ZR1 with the Kong blower ported out, whining like crazy. Um, Super sketchy, 6-speed car though, weighs nothing, super car killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Like I grew up fawning over 60s and 70s muscle cars only to become an adult when they started to get overpriced.
Yeah.
Like when I was a teen, you could still get a CUDA for like under 10. And then
That's a different world.
when I was an adult, suddenly it's like 30,000. Oh, that's out of reach. Now, 100, 150, it's like stuff like that's just outrageous.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like, to me, this is the equivalent. Like this C5, or excuse me, this fifth gen Camaro is like, this is my Barracuda. This is like, I can afford to buy this. It makes, it's got a lot of grunt, V8 power, sounds like a nasty car, does all the cool noises that the old cars did when I was growing up. And yeah, man, that's what I'm here for. Is like, give me that thing I was chasing after. Like 16-year-old me would be super jealous right now.
100%. And that's
Yeah,
that's what it is,
yeah, 100%. We're just chasing, the feelings you had when you were young.
But can you imagine when your daughter's your age and if this is in her garage? That will be
I
incredible.
hope she can tell the stories that I can tell. That's what I want her to have. I want her to have the stories. You know, I want her to tell stories about when she snuck out and stole this.
That's what, yeah.
I want her to tell stories about that I never found out. I better not find out
until she's way
about.
older. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I remember telling my one night when I was old enough, I was having a drink with my dad, and he was pretty blitzed, and so I thought it'd be real funny to tell him about when he left town and I took his C5 out and just absolutely ripped on it. And then the next morning when he was sober, he walked up to me and goes, "I'm real disappointed in you." I was like, "What?"
Come on.
I was like, "First of all, you remembered that conversation, and second of all, what?"
How are you going to leave
That's what I
Corvette
told him. I said,
unattended?
"You left the keys.
That's
What did you think would happen?"
that's his fault. That's his fault. Parents, if you don't want your kids stealing your cars when you're away, take the
Hide your
keys.
keys.
Hide your keys.
Also count your mileage. You'll thank me later.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
unless they Ferris Bueller it.
Yeah, that doesn't work. But it's worth a try.
It was good. It was
I
a
only
good
took it
shot.
like 5 miles, but it was a fast 5 miles.
It was a fun 5 miles. Man, that's incredible. So, what advice could you give anyone that's looking to get into, maybe the fifth gens? You have a lot of experience with them.
It's a great car. If that's what you want, and make sure that's what you want. If you're looking to go fast and straight line, go auto. If you want a great handling, fun car, maybe you're going to do a little roll racing. The manual is phenomenal. Um, it's gonna want stuff. It's gonna want stiffer bushings. It's going to want um, springs and the supporting mods. It's easy. Don't get too focused on putting all the power in it. It's going to get unusable pretty fast. Axles are a pain point. Go ahead and plan 1,800, $1,200 if you can find them used. Get you some drive shaft shop or some G-force axles. Guys in this area that got like a lot of money in their cars. Even guys like Vipers, they're throwing drive shaft shop and G-force axles in their stuff. So like, unfortunately, you got to be no different than them. You got to be really preparing to like, cannot break this stuff. Axles are a pain point for them. It's going to be a bad day. Go talk to guys. Oh, I did this and I never had to replace one. Maybe they didn't abuse it like you're going to. Like if you're really going to beat on that thing and you want to be sure about it, axles are a big thing. Bushings are a big thing. Um, do the stuff that's not sexy, and you'll find yourself not sitting on the side of the road, because I've been there. I've been towed more than one time. So that's the thing is I tell people all the time. I was talking to a Mustang guy with a power adder the other day, and he was like, "Yeah," he's like, I can't put slicks on. I'll break something." And I said, "Yeah," I said, "I did the not sexy thing of not putting a power adder on it. My power adder money's in the rear of the car. I can put slicks on it. I can dump the clutch and beat the hell out of it. But I'm slower than you because I don't have the power adder. So eventually you got to put all the pieces together, and it's a process. Go at your own pace. Don't pay attention to the noise. Don't pay attention to the outside stuff. Build your car. Don't listen to other people. Build what you want. If you're not going to tune it yourself, get a good tuner. And take that tuner's advice. Talk to them. Become their friend. Don't just pay them. Become their friend. Talk to them. Look, they'll love to be your friend as long as the pocketbook's open.
Mm-hmm.
If they know they're going to bring you back, they'll be your pal.
Absolutely.
It's a good person to talk to, though, because if you're not sure where to go next, talk to a tuner. Talk to a shop. Find a good reputable shop in your area. Be willing to travel if you got to find somebody better. But yeah, get a tow rig. Get a tow rig. Get a tow rig and a trailer. Yes. I need a trailer right now.
Well, Brandon, thank you for having me here.
Brother,
I've
appreciate
had
it.
a great time sitting in this garage. Look, got the slicks above us here. I didn't even notice that till now. But thank you for having me out here. I've had a blast. Thank you for showing me these cars, sitting here talking to us. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.